Hi, everybody. I'm actually so fortunate to be speaking to you from Dubai. Baruch Hashem, I've had the opportunity to be the scholar in residence at the Minyan on the Palm in Dubai, which is one of the three active communities and shuls in Dubai. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to share Torah um, with a different community, and Bezrat Hashem, that they will be inspired, and in that way come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and come closer to Torah. I thought I would like to share with you one of the brief shirim that I'll be giving, and Bezrat Hashem, it will assist you in understanding. Let's start with the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch on Shavuot is quite surprising, because the Shulchan Aruch itself, remember, there are two parts of the Shulchan Aruch. There's the Shulchan Aruch itself that's written by Rabbi Yosef Karo, and then there is the Ramah, who is the glosses on the Shulchan Aruch from generally an Ashkenazi perspective. Now, the Shulchan Aruch doesn't mention anything about the foods we eat or anything of that nature, of those customs of Shavuot. But the Ramah says the following: when Hagim, he explains, but Kama Makomot, it is the minhag in many places, to eat ma'achalei chalav, which is milchik foods, b'yom rishon shel Shavuot, on the first day of Shavuot. V'nirei li hatam, and it says, oh, why? Why is that? So most of us understand that the reasoning has got to do with shchita, the reasoning has got to do with the koshering of the kalim, but the Ramah brings a different reason. He says, "V'nirei li hatam, shehu kamo shnei tafshini shelochim b'leil Pesach." He says that to him it seems to be that why is it that we have milchik is because it's like the two tafshinim, the two different foods that we take on Leil Pesach, Zeichel Pesach v'Zeichel Chagiga, for to remind us of the Korban Pesach and to remind us of the Korban Chagiga. Because on Pesach we understand we have the Beitzah and we have the Zroa, and the Beitzah and the Zroa are there to remind us of the Korban Pesach, that's the Zroa, and the Beitzah, the egg, is to remind us of the Korban Chagiga. So comes along the Ramah, and he says that the reason why we have the milchiks is to remind us of the Korban Pesach and the Korban Chagiga. Kain ochlin ma'achalei chalav, so too we eat ma'achalei chalav, we eat milchik food, and then we eat what? Ve'achar kach ma'achal basar, and then on the night of Shavuot we eat also ma'achalei basar, we also eat fleshik. Now we always eat fleshik on the Yom Tov because it says that ein simcha ela b'basar v'yayin, that the simcha is brought out, the joy is brought out of the basar v'yayin. That's really referring to the korbanot, the meat of the korban and the yayin, or the nisuk hayayin, the libations of the wine. But as a current thing, we understand that what it means that when we eat meat and we drink wine, that's the way we can really experience our simcha. And so therefore, even on Shavuot, it would seem to be from the Ramah that it's appropriate to eat meat. Yes, we have the chalav as well. We have the milk. Why? Because it reminds us of these two foods that we have on the night of Pesach. Now, why that is difficult. The Ramban explains that Pesach and Shavuot are basically connected. Pesach is like the first Yom Tov. Shavuot is like the end of Yom Tov, and the period between the is like the Chol HaMoed. So we can see that the Shavuot and first night Pesach are very deeply connected, and so perhaps that's why the two are that reminds us of the korban of the Seder night on Pesach. But what we do see, something interesting, is that we do something different on the night of Shavuot, much in the same way as we do on the night of the Seder, but we do something different. We to enhance questioning, to enhance a consciousness of what is happening on that night. And so therefore we eat the milk and then we also eat the meat according to the way the Ramah presents us. The question really is that we understand that you want to have these two foods, but why can't you have fish? Why don't you have fish and meat? Why dafka is there a choice of milchiks? Now the Malbim brings down a pasuk from Shir HaShirim, but the pasuk from Shir HaShirim says the following: Dvash v'chalav tachat l'shonech. Dvash v'chalav. Whenever we have chalav, whenever we have milk, there's always the chalav udvash. the connection between Chalav is like Eretz Yisrael, is Chalav Udvash. So we also see that Shavuot contains some aspects of Chalav Udvash, and perhaps it could be that from this pasuk that the two foods could also be the issue of the eating of both milk and dvash and honey. And says the Malbim as follows: why is Chalav Udvash tachat l'shoneh? V'hinei hadvash yasu hadavorim meirosha haprochim. He explains that honey is made by the bees from the choice flower buds of the trees. And blood is made from what? Milk is made from what? Milk is made from the blood of the animal, which transforms miraculously, because that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu made it, transforms the blood into the milk in the udder of the cow. The hitafchut nefesh hatzomech says, and this displays the changes from the raw material to pure and good things that are worthy. Zakim v'tovim sheyiruim liyot mazon tov lanefesh v'hamedaberet kedvash v'chalav. That these things transform themselves from the pollen that transforms into the honey, and from the blood of the animal that transforms. We're not allowed to eat blood, but it transforms into milk, and that becomes a choice food of us to eat. And so too, says the Malbim, Ta'amei ha-mitzvot v'ha-korbanot kefi p'niyemutahem levarer ha-nitzotzot v'zoch ha-nefashot la'alot et ha-tzomeach v'ha-chai l'madregat medaber k'yodei. It says, and so too, the taste of the mitzvahs and the korbanot, the sacrifices, must reflect the innermost ability to extract the sparks of the soul to the highest level. And so therefore, we can see that the eating of milchiks on Shavuot is a reflection of extracting the essence of something and putting it up to a much higher level, taking the blood, which we're not allowed to consume, and making it into something consumable, and that's the highest level. When we are able to consume something, when we are able to enjoy that, that is the highest level that thing can take. And so therefore we see that there's something really special about this concept of milchiks. It's not just about the kashrut issues, but it's about transformation, about making something different. It's about seeing something in a different light. In fact, we're going to see that there's an Aruch HaShulchan. Aruch HaShulchan also discusses the transformation of the milk and the transformation of the bees. But one of the things that he says is that this concept of eating milk is actually embedded into the psukim of Shavuot, because the pasuk says the B'yom HaBikurim in Bamidbar, it says on B'yom HaBikurim, on the day of the Bikurim, B'hakrivchem mincha chadasha l'Adonai b'Shavuotechem. When you bring the mincha chadasha, the new mincha that's specifically talking about the Shtei Alechem, when you bring them chadasha LaHashem, it's a new offering to Hashem b'Shavuotechem on your Shavuot. Mikra Kodesh yeh lachem kol melecha v'dor. Then that day is a Mikra Kodesh. Says the Aruch HaShulchan, these words, Chadasha LaHashem b'Shavuotechem, the Rosh Tevot are, the first letters are Het, Lamed, Bet, which is Chalav, which is milk. And as I said earlier, Chalav Udvash always comes together. And there seems to be, according to many, that the minhag is not just to have milk. The minhag is actually to have Chalav Udvash, sweet milk. And perhaps that's why we have cheesecake, which is sweet. Perhaps that's why we have sweet blintzes that are sweet, and we're not having pizza. Right? It's about the sweetness of the milk, the chalavi and dvashi, the milchik and the honey taste of those things. That's so important. And so therefore, says the Aruch HaShulchan, what did Matan Torah give us? What did the giving of the Torah? It elevated us to a completely different level. When it moved us from the tumah of Mitzrayim into the tahara, into the purity of kedusha. Lachein ochrim chalav shenitiyot midam. So therefore we eat the milk that comes from dam. Kedamrin, as we say, dam na'akav and na'aseh chalav. The dam, the blood becomes changes and becomes the milk. Yesh b'zeh remez, and that comes as a remez. It comes as a hint to us, something fascinating. Blood is the image, explains the Aruch HaShulchan, is the image of din. It's the image of strict judgment. And milk is the image of compassion, of rachamim. And so therefore, yesh b'zeh remesh shehadin nitapech l'rachamim. It's a hint to show us that din, the judgment on this day, is a judgment that will change from what? From din to rachamim. Wherever we have judgment, we always try and make it that it's from din to rachamim. And what is the judgment? The judgment on the fruit. That's why we bring Bikurim. It's a day on the judgment of the fruit of Am Yisrael. And the peirot that we have are so deep. Whilst this isn't really the pshat, there's simple understanding. Perhaps the peirot are the peirot of the physical fruits, but also the fruits of our labors, our children. All of these things we daven for, we engage with, we try and have maximize the peirot. We say it in the Uval Etzion, lo yigal arik v'lo le'elei lebehela. That I shouldn't work hard for nothing, and I should not give birth, and I should not have future generations that are going to be worthless. And that's our biggest tefillah, and that's part of the tefillah of Shavuot as we engage on a conscious level with Torah. So we have that we lift ourselves up. Comes along the Kliyakar, and he says, we bring this mincha chadasha, these two loaves, these two special loaves, which are made out of wheat. They are chometz. We don't bring any other chometz offerings. He says this is a sign of the day of the giving of the Torah. Why? Because the Torah must be new to a person as if he received it from Mount Sinai on that very day. That's why it's called the mincha chadasha. The reason that the Torah does not explicitly mention this from the day of the giving of the Torah, Hashem did not want to limit the giving of the Torah to a single day, because the person must feel every single day of the year as if he received the Torah from Har Sinai on that day. Similarly, listen to this. The sages have said that the words of Torah should be new to a person every day, not like something old, which you can no longer tolerate. Not like something old, I'm bored with it. The truth is that one does indeed find something new in the Torah every day. And Beit Midrash, a base Midrash that doesn't have chidushim, that doesn't have novelty, that doesn't have newness, that doesn't have a new passion and understanding of what the Torah is not a base Midrash. Therefore, the Torah did not specify the day that it was given, apart from the hint to say the word Hadasha, new, to teach that the Torah is like a new offering every day. And my bracha to everybody is that the Torah of this year, of Shavuot, of these 2 days, if you're in Chutz La'aretz, or 1 day if you're in Eretz Yisrael, that the Torah that you learn should be a Torah that not only is new in and of itself, but it renews, it reinvigorates, it brings a new aspect of passion, of Avat Hashem, of Yirat Hashem, of connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, connection to Am Yisrael, connection to Eretz Yisrael, and connection actually to the transformation of self. Wish everybody a Chag Sameach, please God. It should be a Chag where we can feel the Simcha through the Shalom in Eretz Yisrael, the return of Achatufim Bimhera V'Yameinu. Amen. Have a beautiful, beautiful